Hey guys, welcome back. Today we have some home brew to show you. So I recently received a package of home brew from Finnroo Home Brew. So thank you very much for sending me a couple of beers. Now before we start, I got two beers. I got the Tired Bastard with Manuka tips, which is in the background there. And Martin also sent me a bottle of his homegrown hops XPA or Pale Ale, which was using Fuggles, but unfortunately it's leaked during transit. So I said to Martin that I'll probably crack this open off camera. Yeah, just in case it's probably full of oxygen by now, so I didn't want to do this on camera. It's probably not, the beer's not how it should be. But I did want to show you the label quickly. Fantastic looking label. So I do appreciate you sending this to me, Martin. So I'll pop that back in the fridge, and then I will try that later on, and I'll let you know how it goes. But the main focus of the video is this beer here. So this is a variation, I believe, of Martin's Tired Bastard beer, and he's added Manuka tips. So Manuka is a native New Zealand tree, and he's picked the little tips. I think people have done it with like spruce tips as well. And I have had an example of a Manuka beer a long time ago from a brewery or Muscle Inn down in the South Island. They do a Manuka beer called Captain Cooker, which is very nice. So thank you for this very much, Martin. What we'll do first, got some notes here. We'll crack it open so the bottle's nice and tight. We'll crack it open. I'll grab my glass. A little bit of a hiss there, so I think this may have come off the keg. I'm not 100% sure. Give it a fairly aggressive pour, I think. Oh, there we go. That's poured up really nicely. I'll just pop that down and we'll get the cap back on because I'll get another glass out of that. So yeah, sorry guys for not much content recently. It's been a busy last couple of months, but I am really keen to brew something up, and possibly next weekend. So yeah, on to Martin's beer. So yeah, the Tired Bastard with Manuka tips. So we'll quickly run through the notes from Martin. So the bulk of the grain is American ale malt, so 3.5 kilos. Then 350 grams of light crystal, 200 grams of brown malt, 200 grams of light chocolate malt, 200 grams of roasted wheat malt. So that all sounds very nice. And then he's used Green Bullet at 80 minutes as a first wort, and then at 20 minutes, and that's where he's added the Manuka tips. So 12, nearly 13 grams at 20 minutes, and he's added another just under 23 grams at 5 minutes. Looks like he's used harvested US-05 slurry for fermentation. Started at 1042, finished at 1012. Fermented at 60, I'm not sure it's 64 or 69, I think it might be 64. Fermented at 19 degrees for 3 days, and then raised for a diacetyl rest to 22 degrees for another 7 days. Cold crashed at 2 degrees for 3 days. And here it is here. So thank you very much for this, Martin. As always a pleasure when you're drinking out of the old Monte's Brewing glass here. So we'll hope you guys are all going well. It's good to get a video back up, and that's all down to Martin for sending me this beer. Oh wow. I was going to say we're going for a smell, but the aroma smells fantastic already. Obviously very malt forward. So it's hot with Green Bullet, but it's got a really nice roasted, it's like some light coffee. I'm getting some light coffee as well, and some nice chocolate. really nice aroma. What am I missing? There's something else there, but I might have to come back to it. So we won't waste any more time because I've been hanging out to try this. So cheers, guys. Cheers, Martin, as well. By the way, if you're not familiar with Martin's channel, aka Finnroo Homebrew, I'll put a link below. Let's go for another. Oh, that is really nice. I need to go in for another sip, I think, try and think about these flavours. So everything I was getting on the aroma, I'm getting the flavour. So that's sort of not a huge roast, but I think that roasted wheat gives it a nice roast flavour, aroma, but it's not like super roasty. It's quite creamy on the mouthfeel as well. I'll turn it around that way. Yeah, I'm getting that chocolate and coffee, and it's got like almost like a sort of hint of smoke, almost as if it had like a smoked malt in there. And I'm wondering if that's come from the Manuka tips. Very nice. Yeah, like almost like a slightly woody character. And then I'm getting like, it's almost like a little bit of licorice is there as well. I mean, it's lots of different flavors happening here. I'm not sure what's coming from the malts and what's coming from the Manuka tips. I should have had a look online to see what the Manuka tips add to it, but I'm guessing it's probably the licorice, the woody, sort of maybe smoky character. There's a touch of sweetness there as well, but it's got a beautiful like mouthfeel. It's, like I said, slightly creamy, very almost like a velvety sort of texture on the tongue. That is really nice. So smooth. I'm not even sure what the ABV of it is. Did you write that down? Can't see it on here. So it started at 1042 and finished at 1012. So I'm picking it's probably in the 4% range. But it's got some really good body as well. It's holding on to a nice little cap and some nice lacing. That is really nice, Martin. I'm really enjoying that. As we're coming out of, well, we've come out of summer for like nearly a month now. I'm sort of yearning for something a little bit more malt forward, and this is definitely hitting the spot. Not only is it sort of malt forward, it's very drinkable, really easy drinking. It's got lots of layers of that, you know, flavour and malt character coming through. So just quick look. Yeah, it's got a nice sort of dryish back end. There is a bit of sweetness up front, but yeah, really beautiful dry back end to it. Just trying to think what else I'm missing. Yeah, I think that's everything else. Everything sort of springs to mind. But yeah, just the really, I think the Manuka tips have just made it a much more complex beer. I'm probably starting to prattle on a bit now. But yeah, hopefully you're really proud of what you created. It's a stunning beer. Really sort of disappointed for mainly for Martin, but also disappointed that this hasn't arrived as intended. But yeah, we will crack it open. If it is tasting good by any chance, I will try and do a little quick video on that separately. But yeah, Martin also sent a couple of extra labels. I've got one of those on the beer fridge. Okay guys, well thank you for watching. Yes, I will try and do a brew. I need to brew up something. Also need to try and get out some more regular content, even if it's maybe drinking some commercial beers in between doing some brewing. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. You know, just seeing some sort of local New Zealand beers. Yeah, leave a comment. Okay, that's me done. We will catch you next time. Don't forget to drink fantastic beers like this one from Martin, and we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers guys, over and out.